So my motivation for every single one of you is you're either going for it and you're going to get it, or you don't go for it and you don't get it. Let that be the reminder every day. Let it be the reminder every 5 minutes. Let it be the reminder every second. At those points, if you gauge what you actually do, if you're standing there and you're looking out the window and 5 minutes has passed and you're still looking out there and you have no idea what you've been doing, unless you've been consciously trying to meditate, if that's the type of shit that goes on in your life, if you stick on the TV and you're 3 TV episodes in and you don't know what the fuck you're doing next, if you're putting on Netflix and you get lost in that thing for a day, if those are the type of habits that you've started to accumulate, you are going nowhere fast, and that's a real life without direction. And often a life without direction usually ends in a life without fulfillment. So I want to get, for all you folks that watch this video, the opportunity to get fully fulfilled, to grow as a person, and to push yourself to your max so that you can really feel that sense of fulfillment that comes from pushing yourself in those ways. So first and foremost, if you are that person that's wanting to start to tailor into that area, you've got to watch what you do. You can't spend time being distracted. You can't spend precious moments to waste on drinking alcohol, doing drugs, talking to people who aren't really going to benefit yourself, and you're not going to benefit them either. Basically, useless conversations, the arranging things that you know aren't going to benefit you. There's a difference between arranging time away to go and think about something different, to go see something, to go learn something, to do something that's an activity that's useful, than it is to do something like where you plan to go out for the day and do useless things that don't actually get any type of result and don't really get your mind in a position of creativity or determination and different things. So if you want to start to really close the gap in where you're going, because life is short, there are time limits, there are challenges, and there are changes that go on in life at all stages. So you really have to get, that's why whenever I mention things like focus and determination, those things are necessary, because there's so many things that go on a day-to-day basis that you can be distracted, because you will determine where you go, you will determine how you react to what's going on. If you have a goal, if you're determined to get to that goal, and if you know what your values and priorities are, you're able to adjust accordingly but still stay in that clear direction. Problems arise when you don't know what you want to do. You wake up and you go this direction, then the next day you get distracted with this and you do this, and then you lose another 4 days by doing nothing, and then you get pumped up and you do something different, and then another day passes, and then you meet this person, you like this person, and it's just, it starts to become a accumulation of misguided direction. It's good to have variety, it's good to have experiences, but it's so important that you first and foremost really start to figure out, where is it I want to go, what is it I want to achieve, what is it I want to do in this world. And if you get to that point, then you have the actual point that you know that you're aiming for, so that if something happens behind you, you're able to address it, but you turn right back around and keep going in the direction you want to go. Very often people will get distracted and they'll start to go in a different direction, and deep down they always knew where they wanted to go, but they didn't have the determination and they didn't make it a priority to stay on course for where that was they originally wanted. Don't let that happen to you. If you really want to, if you know the importance of having a life well fulfilled, figure out what it is that you really want, and if you already know, be glad that you already have a clear vision of what it is, and then just stay on course, stay focused. Whenever you have that point that you know that you're aiming for, you just keep going, keep executing, and watch every single minute, every second, every hour, every day. Because if you're able to know exactly what you're doing throughout the day, and I mean you monitor exactly what you're doing, be so strict upon yourself that there are no questions that you ever need to ask. You know that you've done everything you could. You know that you're going to continuously execute. You know how far you can push yourself. You know how you feel when this happens. You know how your body responds when you do that. And whenever you start to develop that type of discipline, that type of consistency, you already know how to handle the challenges that pop up. You already know how to do the things necessary to get results whenever things are difficult, and you know how to keep going regardless of circumstance. So there you have it, folks. There's how to stay completely determined and focused on getting that fulfilled life that you really want, and that every single one of you deserve. Go for it, folks.